Warning, this video contains spoilers, and I don't give a fuck. Thank you.
Fuck. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, guys. Running Cats here, and I'm bringing to you guys, a movie review on the piece of shit that I just watched. What apparently Sony tried to say it was, Spider-Man 2. Brought to you in part by Sony. I mean, what a normal person would say is the movie was quite decent. I like the romantic scenes. I like the drop-offs. I like the little bit of action. But what went in that movie and saw, it was nothing. What was hyped up for months and months and months. It was a complete waste of my money. Waste of my money. I never wasted $7 that hard in my life. First of all, let me start the story. First of all, we walked and we came to the movie theater late. We came there with the expectancy that we miss the freaking main plot and we miss a bit of the action. But no, that wasn't the case. When we got there, we gave there our movie passes. We got in. I spent $7 on the ticket. I spent $14 on the food because I like food. And when we got in the movie, we like, is this the movie theater? Because when we got in there was nothing playing. The screen was just blank. Everyone was just sitting there looking at a blank screen. And apparently, what they had on the ticket, the date, the timestamp, what they had on the ticket when the movie was supposed to start, that wasn't the time that the movie is actually going to start. Apparently, it was going to start an hour later. So we still had to sit down for like a fucking 30 or so minutes just waiting on this fucking movie to start. So as time as the movie start, all my snacks were gone. So I had nothing to do but sit there and watch every single piece of kissing that the movie had. I get I I'm highly upset right now. Highly upset right now. The first thing that you see is a spoiler. No, 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 no. What am I talking about? You don't see a spoiler. My bad. First thing you see is a plugin from Sony. A self plugin. Sony. Self plugin from Sony. Are you serious? Are you serious? A self plugin from Sony. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. Well, okay, that's just one plugin, so I guess there's just nothing else in the rest of it. I was complete wrong. They fucked me from the beginning of the movie, in the middle of the movie, to the climax of the movie, to the fucking end of the movie. And what was all the subplots? I mean, I didn't know which one was the main storyline should I follow. Cause should I follow like him trying to find out what happened to his goddamn parents, which I thought he already did. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought he did that in the last fucking Spider-Man movie. I wasn't paying attention to that shit because it got quite. The last one was worse. No, the last one was horrible, but this one was worse. So apparently he didn't care about what happened to his parents until he graduated high school, and that's when he started doing his little detective work and say, I need to find my parents. I need to find out what happened to my parents. I find that hard to believe. You telling me all this kid's life he doesn't care about what happened to his parents, but suddenly when he graduated, he suddenly had that urge to say, "Hey, it's about that time I started figuring out what happened to my parents. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know what happened to my parents." So niggas like this isn't your goddamn freaking aunt, fucking step aunt, freaking great aunt Susie aunt of your fucking first cousin. This is your parents. This is your mother that fucking cured you from birth, spit your ass out of a tiny little hole and brought you into this world. And this is your father that freaking scolded you when you needed to be scolded and freaking took care of you your entire life. And you telling me you don't give a fuck what happens to them? And that was kind of retarded. And also, there were so many plots in the video, like it was unreal. Like the the difference in the superheroes, the villains. I know, like at the end and how they were trying to introduce like the new like dominant five or whatever, five villains in the next Spider-Man movie. That's a spoiler for the next Spider-Man movie. I think it is. I'm sorry, but they're trying to bring like five villains in the next Spider-Man movie to face one fucking guy who want to get you web slings out of his hands and probably say a few funny puns and shit. So that if you watched it, that's what it's about. They're going to introduce five new villains in the next Spider-Man movie. But aside from that, aside from all of the subplots, the villains, I really thought Electro was gonna do some damage to Spider-Man. I mean, who knew that once you're a science student that you can, you can beat Electro? I mean, like I didn't know that if he's an electrical engineer, you don't think he'd know his own weaknesses if he is an electric monster? And he didn't even seem like he was an electric monster. Because every time he came in and he started to attack, like this nice dubstep music, probably made by Skrillex. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But it started playing, and you would realize that, oh, it's Electro. It's Electro. I can give them props up for the movie. Yeah, thumbs up. You got the music right, but you got the villain completely wrong because, first of all, he was too kind-hearted. I mean, it's good to like introduce a villain from a kind-hearted person, like break them down. But when you think of Electro, you're just thinking of someone that's viciously trying to consume more and more power. But for him to be easily swayed like that by a 20-year-old with no freaking powers is like, why? He could have just broken himself out, betrayed everyone, and still tried to kill Spider-Man, which I don't think he would have because apparently he doesn't know his own weakness. Uh, apparently he doesn't know his own weakness. I'm not gonna spoil it. You know, most of this video is gonna be spoilers. I'm gonna just leave that one little exciting fact for you. So apparently he doesn't know his own. Even though he was an electrical engineer for where he worked, he doesn't know what happens when you overcharge a battery. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not a spoiler. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then I didn't feel like I went in to watch an action movie really. When I got in there, I thought I was watching what's a romance movie? I don't know. I don't watch that shit. I don't Twilight. I never watched a Twilight in my life, but it felt like I went in there and I sat down and I said, "The fuck is I'm watching? The fuck is this?" I wanted to talk to the like the coordinator that was like he was making sure everyone in the video the theater was not recording, which a lot of people were. I don't care if they record or not. It's not my problem. I don't lose money. But you know, I was about to ask him like, what is this shit that is playing? Is this Spider-Man 2 Marvel Marvel the same Marvel that created Avengers? Is this Spider-Man 2 or is this Twilight the fucking Night Moon or Full Moon? I don't know. I don't know the name of the series. But yeah, other than the fact that it having too much plots, it was a romance, not enough action. What the fuck was with the ending? The fuck? I thought all the superheroes get the girls at the end. Niggas, this didn't happen. I'm a spoil it right now. So if you don't want to hear the spoiler, leave. So the chick died. I don't know who this bitch was. It wasn't Mary Jane. I don't know where the fuck she came from. Apparently there's a new hoe in the street named Gwen. So apparently she got the shit, and you can. It just came from the movie because I'm still wearing my Chicago shirt. I just came from the movie, so this is all fresh on my head. She dies. She freaking. I don't want to spoil that part, but the way she died, it was like I was like, oh, it was an okay scene, but then he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is not supposed to have any love, and in the comic books, it's just straight action. The fuck is this? I didn't came to try and cry at a Spider-Man movie. I came to say, fuck yeah, let's go Spider-Man, let's go Spider-Man. Which were the cops were doing, by the way. Every time Spider-Man came up on the scene, it was like they went from pew 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 to oh my god, it's Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man, Spider-Man. We praise you, we love you, Spider-Man, we love you. Oh my, it was oh my god. Sony, Marvel, whoever the fuck is responsible for this shit, I'm gonna let you know now that I'm not watching another Spider-Man movie ever again because the first one, the one before right before this, it was all right, but it was like a romance. Like he punched one criminal once, and then it was the rest of it was a love movie or whatever. And it, it was too many subplots in the Spider-Man. It was like too hard to keep up with. I'm like, okay, so what happens? What happens to the guy that left the kid downstairs while he was shifting into like the Green Goblin type shit? Spoiler alert, by the way. I'm sorry. So what happens to him? Does he still own the company? Does he still? Too many questions. Like I can't. I don't even know if the Green Goblin kid. Oh wait, he's in dead. He's in dead. He's in dead. He should be dead. I don't know how the fuck he survived. I mean, apparently people can live if they get hung. I don't. They left too many unanswered questions, and I'm quite disappointed in the way that this movie was produced. I'm quite disappointed in the way that this movie was executed. I'm quite disappointed that I wasted more than $20 on this movie. I'm quite disappointed that my nacho cheese was cold. I'm quite disappointed that the pizza that I was eating, like when you're eating stuff and when you're chewing like your capillary, like right here, how that, you can try chewing right now. You can feel like something like moving up and down, like work's going up there, like work's going up there. The pizza was so goddamn hard that it felt like I was about to have a brain explosion any minute. The pizza was hard. The drink tastes like freaking chlorine. I mean, I'm not used to chlorine. I don't. I'm highly aware that most people from around different worlds and culture drink chlorine. I don't do that shit. I drink Echo water. Sponsored by Echo, by the way. So yeah, I'm quite disappointed in the way this movie turned out. I want my money back. I want my time back. And the movie was so fucking long. Oh my, I think it was in the movie for like 3 fucking hours. I'm not sure. It's almost 3 hours or almost 3 hours. Like 2 hours, 40 minutes, 3 hours. I don't know. It was way too long to have that little action. The only thing good that came out of this movie was, oh look, nice graphics. I obviously came for the movie just to see the graphics. Sony, you're doing a good job on your Sony camera, and yeah, everything was Sony. The TV, the television set was Sony. His phone was a Sony. His earphones was Sony. His doorknob was Sony. Everything was Sony in that video. Sony, you better get